Hey, what's going on today, guys? Back in the garage here again, working on some stuff. I can't get outside and do much. I've got my kids. I'm working on some pretty cool stuff, and I thought I'd share it with you today. I'm actually making some bow drill kits for some friends of mine, and I thought I'd kind of show you what I was doing and kind of demonstrate and that type of thing. Just make a little quick video. But what I've got is cedar. Now I've used this kit. This in here is not new. But this is red cedar. This is my fireboard. I just whittled it, split it out, and kind of knocked it down, smoothed it down a little bit, and just whittled it all out of cedar. And this is the top part. I actually took this, just a round piece of just a stick, and I split it in half, and I took a Dremel tool and traced out this bearing here. This is just a sealed bearing, but I cut out this, put the bearing in there, and there's no friction in the top. There's less resistance, and it works really good. I know that in the bush this is not practical, but if you have this, it makes it a lot easier if you like to, you know, practice making fire with a bow drill and that type of thing. And then the bow is just a stick with a piece of paracord. Now this is 1100 paracord. It's a lot bigger than 550. It's a lot tougher too. So it seems to me that it works better because it's bigger, it's fatter around, and it gets a lot better bite on your spindle. But yeah, that's one thing that I'm working on today. I've been making these for people. I've also been making the Flint Steel fire starter kits too. Thought I'd try my hand at this bow drill today and see if I could get a fire going. I've got some fat wood here that I'm going to use once I get my amber from my fireboard, my bow drill. I'm going to use this fat wood to actually get my flame going. But I'm going to try to just shave off a big pile of this, like super fine. Alright, so I got that much. That should be enough. Hopefully I can get it going with that. And also too, if I was outside on the ground, I would not lay that there. I know it's fat wood and it's soaked with resin, but you don't want to take a chance on laying it on the ground and getting moisture in it, because that's really going to hinder your fire making. Look at that bad boy. You guys see that? That would have sucked really, really bad. I've got scars from these. These things will jack you up. Alright. And I really hope I can get this on the first try on camera, so it'd be nice. And I've got a piece of cardboard laying here too, to catch my amber. So hopefully I can do this. I knocked my fat wood all over the place. I've got a really good amber in there. I'm gonna take my fat wood, there you go. You could do the same thing in the bush with a leaf. You know, substitute for the cardboard. I could probably get another fire out of that same hole there. You see how it, I don't know. No, maybe. I don't know, I doubt it. I wouldn't waste the energy on trying. I would just make me a new one here. But this red cedar works really good. So that's my bow drill kit that I make. It works really good, which I've practiced with this a lot. Next thing that I'm going to do is flint and steel. Get a little fire going with that. I've got my little pile of fat wood here. This is what I'm gonna, sorry about the traffic too, guys. Really am. But I've got my little pile of fat wood here. This is what I'm gonna put my char cloth to get my flame. Alright. Put this beast of a knife up. I just put a fresh edge on that baby too, and it is dangerous. Alright, so here's my piece of flint. I really like this piece of flint. It works really good, and it's shaped perfect too. It fits your hand, you know, whichever way you want to hold it. So my char cloth that I'm going to use, and if you haven't watched my video on making char cloth, go check it out. You can make you some of this. But when I do this, I like to tether the edge of it and save the little piece that you tear off. Don't throw it away. But I just like to rough the edge of this up, because it don't look like you do much to it, but it really makes a difference. Now, some people do, everybody does this different. The way I hold mine, I put my char cloth underneath my flint and I strike downward, because if you strike flint with steel and you strike it down, the spark goes down. I have seen people hold it like this, upside down with the char cloth on top, and strike it down. If that works for you, that's great, you know, whatever. Me, if you strike down like this, your spark is going to go down. I mean, it's physics. That's just the way it works. But I hold my char cloth underneath my flint. Now this is a full file. I can't find, I've got a whole box of strikers that I made somewhere, and I cannot find them to save my life. So I've got a file here, which that's what I make my strikers out of. But this is a whole file. But I just hold it, you know, like this. That way I can, you know, strike down like this. And you want to use a sharp edge. You want to find a sharp edge on your flint to strike on. That way you can get, that way it cuts the steel to make the spark. So I'm gonna see if I can get a spark to go in here. There we go. You guys see that? All right. Fold that up. Lay that down on there. Put my shavings on top of it. Kind of hold it down with your finger. And you can see how that char cloth that char cloth gets the fat wood, and it just, I mean, it's like gas. It goes at one time. And like I said, guys, I know I'm using cardboard and I'm sitting on a concrete floor in a dry garage, but the concept is the same. You know, no matter where you are, you know, what you're doing, the concept is still the same. You know, the conditions may be a lot harder, You know, if I was outside and it was raining and it was wet, yeah, it would be a lot harder to get a fire going. But the steps that you take are the same. You know, just because it's easier here, you know, you have to do it in the same motion when you're out in the woods. So practicing at home, you can kind of hone your skills. You know, you can say, well, this works better or this works better, instead of going out in the woods and experimenting out there. You need to be ready and know exactly what you need to do when you get to the woods, instead of saying, you know, okay, well, I'm out here in the woods, I gotta have a fire, let's experiment and see if this works. If you do it at home and you practice at home, when you get to the bush, to the woods, you already know what works. You already got your kit made, you've got everything ready. You can make a fire in nothing, you know, just a few minutes. But that's just my take on it. But anyway, that's gonna be it for today, guys. We got a bow drill fire, we got a flint steel fire, and it was all good. If you liked this video, hit the like button. If you didn't like it, hit the dislike button. Leave me a comment. If you like it, subscribe. That way you can see more of what I do. And I really appreciate you guys watching. I really do. And y'all stay cool, and I'll see you next time.